talking to the Elks. I'm talking to the CEO of the Elks, and his name's Dan. I've talked to him. I told him, I'm like, look, you guys need to come up with the money to get us the gear that we need. We don't have backboards. We don't have AEDs. We don't have Zols. We don't have life packs. But the hospitals have all the equipment that we don't have. So tell me what we need to have. Tell me what, Dr. Phil, tell me what gear that we need. I will make a fucking list of it right now.
What'd you say?
Tell me what gear that we need.
What do you mean? You like gear that you need on the ambulance to be compliant?
Yes.
I mean, there's a whole 800 checklist that you need for that.
I'm making a list right now. Life packs.
Well, so like, okay, so are you guys ALS or BLS?
BLS.
You're BLS?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need a life pack. I mean, I don't know how your state protocols are, but
we're supposed to have them.
Why would you absolutely need a life pack? That's weird.
Because we have nursing homes, because we have schools, because we have the pool.
Right, but life pack isn't going to help you with any of that. Well, the only thing a life pack will help you do is like a life pack is a monitor as well. And unless like you guys aren't doing EKGs to my knowledge, you can do them, but you'd have to transmit them. So
I mean we have nurses on our department.
But they can't operate on an ambulance. They have to be an EMT to operate on an ambulance.
Okay. I mean,
Stormy, I know that life packs are used for vitals, but the problem with using a life pack for a vital is that you're taking away the basic component of actually taking a manual blood pressure. I am not a fan. I am not a fan of BLS only crews always having a life pack because they stop taking manual blood pressures, and that's not a good thing.
Exactly. And you know the one thing that we also don't have is, you know how they have the thing for choking, getting the new life vac thing?
Yeah.
I would like to have that for our department.
I would focus on the necessities first.
Okay.
Make sure you have everything on an ambulance that you need. I don't know why they have it to where you guys don't have an AED on your ambulance and only the paramedics do, because an AED can be operated by a single person. So
yeah, and I have the qualifications to do it. I'm double trained, and I'm an EMT, and I know all CPR. I know how to use an AED, how to use a Zol. I mean, like, I'm sick and tired of our state and my department not doing things right.
I mean, if that's what your state's going by, the only thing you can really try to do to change it is go at the federal level, but good luck doing that.
And bitch the Coast Guard out, because that's who's in charge of our department. I mean, I'll say this. We have nurses who work from the hospital who are working on our ambulances because we don't have enough duty crews on during the day. So we're on from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then after 6 a.m. hits, there's no one. It's the fire department picking up calls, or it's the hospital, or it's the helicopters picking up calls. Meaning the Coast Guard. Like, do you see how frustrated I am?
Yeah, volunteer EMS is always frustrating. I mean,
that's why West Orange First Aid Squad shut their doors 6 years ago, and I was on that department, and that was a paid department. So West Orange is gone, Maplewood EMS is gone, Melbourne Fort Hills is a combined department, Montclair is shutting their doors. Cedar Grove is slowly shutting their doors. I mean, like, and you're gonna laugh at this, ready? We don't even have bulletproof vests, and we're going into Irvington, Newark, Galesburg, Jersey City, New York City.
What would you guys be going into New York City for?
Because we do mutual aid.
To the city?
Yeah, we do mutual aid for other cities.
Other cities I get, but my question is for several reasons, mainly because I live in New York State. New York City, not only do they have their own fire department, but they have Hadzola, they have Arcadian Ambulance. Like, why would they be requiring, or why would they be, like, what boroughs relying on y'all for mutual aid?
I don't know. But we are responding to Orange, Newark, Galesburg, East Orange, West Orange. And then we get called for Jersey City when I know Jersey City has their own departments. It sucks that we're doing mutual aid. We don't have enough benefits.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I'm gonna have to look into that because I don't know why. I don't know why you guys would be mutual aiding to New York City, anywhere in New York City, considering how many ambulance agencies volunteer and paid that they have. That doesn't really make too much sense to me.
Have you seen our video?
Have I seen what?
Have you seen the new EMS video for South Orange? I'll show
Playing
you.
From Fire tablet.
I'll show you the new video. Ready? We literally do mutual aid, and it's sad. Right, ready? Okay, I'm gonna show you the video.
South Orange Rescue Squad, South Orange Rescue response on the outside on the porch. Silver Street to 18th Ave on the crossroad. We play the application. Keep pushing up higher, higher. Keep pushing up.
When you dial 911 with a medical emergency in South Orange, New Jersey, the South Orange Rescue Squad's highly trained emergency medical staff is immediately dispatched. Our volunteers stay in the building during their shift, as this provides the community with the fastest possible life-saving care. With mutual aid agreements, the squad also assists neighboring cities, such as Maplewood, Newark, and Orange. In addition, we respond to Seton Hall University as a 911 provider. Since 1952, the volunteers of the South Orange Rescue Squad have been answering calls for help at all hours of the day and night, at no cost. Our members are volunteers from all walks of life, and no one receives compensation for their many hours of service and training. These members are highly experienced in the EMS field. Some work high-risk events such as the New York City Marathon. Some responded to the 9/11 terrorist attacks in New York City. And some respond to natural disasters. Our dedicated members have completed the minimum 190-hour emergency medical technician course and are certified by the New Jersey Department of Health. Each of our ambulances is staffed by at least 2 emergency medical technicians. The squad also runs a decorated cadet program, a program that trains local high school students in life-saving skills and allows them to get real-world medical experience. The training never ends, as we constantly refresh our skills and learn new advanced techniques in emergency medical care through drills, continuing education, and recertification. We are also constantly purchasing and updating equipment to provide the best possible care and outcome for our patients. These selfless volunteers give thousands of hours of their time and respond to over 1,500 calls each year. They also get the satisfaction of knowing they have the skills to make an immediate difference, a life or death difference for their neighbors.
Well, 3 years ago, it was just a normal weekday night, and I was that arrest. Basically, you guys were there within minutes. So they are
2309 responding to Walmart 5735 South Transit. You're going to need that protection.
Dr. Phil, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know.
I mean, we're still doing mutual aid. Like, we work the New York Marathon every year.
Well, mutual aid is how it should be. I don't know why you would want to not run mutual aid. That doesn't make sense.
Because we don't have enough duty crews.
Well, that's how you grow, though. If you mutual aid, and you start to get to a point where you can get to a point of billing, that's how you grow, like exponentially.
So you're gonna laugh at this. So me and my brother, we run the department. My brother's the deputy chief. I'm the assistant. Yeah, it's a sister brother run department. We don't bill. We don't. We run off donations. We have no grants, no funding, no money, no life packs, no AEDs. And these are the new shirts that we're cranking out 24/7.
Well, I don't know. Per the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, I don't know how you'd be in service as an ambulance if you don't have AEDs, because that just doesn't make sense. I mean, you're essentially not an ambulance at that point. You're basically a Band-Aid station, because you can't do anything at that point. I mean,
yeah, because we have no funding, no grants.
They just said they were a 503c and they were growing.
Yes, that's what we are. We're 501c1. Yeah, we're 501c3. Again, we have no grants, no funding, no money. So, question: Do you think New Jersey's EMS is fucked up?
EMS everywhere is screwed up. EMS wasn't even considered an essential service. So I mean, especially for volunteers, it doesn't really matter where you go; it's going to be screwed up regardless. You know.
So how do I fix it?
I don't know, dude. Like from the website, it doesn't look like you guys are that bad off. I mean, you have a pretty good station. You got 4 ambulances in there. I mean, like.
But we don't have the right here. We don't have it. We have ambulances, but we don't have enough duty crews.
I don't think the state would allow you to go into service as an agency if you didn't have at least the minimum gear that's required by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and by your state board of EMS, because you guys have to have a medical director. So if your medical
we have a medical director, and he's through the Coast Guard.
And I mean, he would be a doctor, so it doesn't matter where he's through as long as he's a doctor. But
yeah,
what hospital is he based out of? Because it wouldn't just be the Coast Guard wouldn't take on a voluntary agency.
So he's based out of Hackensack and Morristown, and he's also based out of Robert Wood Johnson.
Are those hospitals or?
So Morristown, Overlook, Hackensack, and University Hospitals, they are level 1 trauma centers, level 1 and 2s. Robert Wood Johnson is not a level 1 2 or trauma center. Robert Wood Johnson has a helicopter pad, but it's not a level 1 or 2 trauma center. It's a transfer hospital. Like, if you have a cardiac arrest, they have to fly you out, or they have to get you transferred by ambulance to a level 1 or 2 trauma center. Oh yeah, Robert Wood Johnson's our state.
I mean, like, So
I mean, when I was a patient at the hospital last week, I asked the doctors, I'm like, how come? I was like, how come St. Boniface, Robert Johnson is not a level 1 or 2 trauma center? And they're like, oh, it's a transfer hospital. I'm like, but it's a hospital. You guys have an ER. You don't have a waiting pad. You guys are supposed to be a level 1 trauma center. Like,
So okay, so there's a couple things that honestly are not making sense to me, like at all. In order for you, like obviously you guys have a board. I just looked at your website.
yeah, we have a board.
You guys obviously. So I don't know how you don't have enough people. Like you guys have 70 people. You guys have more than my fire department does. So
we had 70 people. We had 70 people. A lot of people left.
okay. So I mean, so even if that is the case, though, New Jersey would shut you guys down if your ambulance wasn't Part 800. So like, I don't know what they call it in New Jersey. In New York State, we have what's called a Part 800, and it lists the minimum amount of things that are required to be on an ambulance. Now, we're an ALS providing agency because we go up to the full paramedic critical care level. So for us, we have to have a medical director who comes out and views everything, signs off a checklist, reports it back to the state, and then we do our own 800s that we report to our chief. Chief gives it to the medical director so they know that we're doing the upkeep on the ambulances. I don't think there's a single state in this country that would allow an ambulance to go into service without the minimum amount of necessary equipment.
I mean, tomorrow, I'm going to check tomorrow for National Night Out. I'm going to check the ambulances, and I'm going to see if we don't have an AED. I'm going to literally check every single ambulance. If there is not an AED on it, I'm going to make sure that we get shut down permanently, and then we're getting the stuff that we need. Point.
I mean, I don't know why you would want it to get shut down permanently, but I mean, what I would say is that you guys would have to be out of service at that point. Like,
yeah,
you can't render life-saving care without having a full Part 800 done on an ambulance.
Exactly. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna check the ambulances. I'm gonna go live while I'm at work tomorrow, and I'm gonna check everything. And I'll have you on with me tomorrow if you want. But tomorrow is National Night Out, and I need to make sure because the military is coming in tomorrow. Anyway, so we're like, it's our kind of our last night to make sure shit's ready to go. We're teaching the National Guard tomorrow, so.
Gotcha.
Quick question. You work for New York State. Do you know a guy named Jonathan Fesak? He's on Newburgh.
I'm not in the city. I'm like 6 hours from the city.
No, he works for Newburgh EMS. It's upstate New York.
I'm not upstate either.
Oh. I mean, like, the one thing that I will say is I'm kind of jealous about New Orleans. Their ambulances are huge. And they're an AOS department. So like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like